friends, your favorite besties are back for another episode of No Ma'am. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my podcast co-host in chaos,
Jhoany. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of No Ma'am.
Uglies. Today we are back recapping the Boulets brothers' Dragula Titans, Season 2, Episode 4, and it is the Nosferatu Beach Party. Correction, I know we said on Episode 3 that it was Nosferatu's bride, but it actually wasn't. It was Gothic Bride.
Well, or the other ghouls.
very,
The ghouls like to come for the swamp things.
very much so. Well, this one, like I said, is the Nosferatu Beach Party. But before we even get into the looks, there was a lot of drama on this episode. And it literally started with JK and Zavaleta. So whatever JK and Zavaleta had prior to coming into the season, it trickled onto the season.
Mm-hmm. And baby, I mean, it was entertaining to watch, yes. But at the same time, part of me felt really bad for Zavaleta, even though she was the instigator. She basically started it, but it really looked like she was going through it. She flipped out of nowhere. Well, like, you know, the argument started or whatever. But then that moment where she like flipped, like, no, this is like she started yelling, like, call my mother. I was like, oh wait, like this is serious. Which I mean, we knew it was gonna come. We saw it in the trailer. Everybody was waiting for that. But then watching her go outside and hug the tree, I was like, oh, she needs some help. She needs some milk, nurse.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
and just like kudos to Cynthia for going out there and like genuinely checking on her. But also like I was laughing at the way Cynthia runs. I feel like everything Cynthia does is so unintentionally funny. I live for her. I love me some Cynthia.
Yeah, so I had a couple of thoughts for this episode. On one side, I understand Zavaleta having an emotional breakdown based on something that we don't know what's happening, right? Only, in that instance, really only her and JK fully knew the whole extent of the story. So I get that she was so upset and emotions run high in a pressure cooker competition, especially the competition like Dragula. But then on the other hand, I understand JK and the reservations for wanting to bring this to the camera because at the end of the day, he signed up for a competition show and not the person who is pretty much in the center of the drama. So I get protecting the person who did not sign up for a show. That's kind of why it always seems one-sided because JK is not even entertaining the conversation because the person who Zavaleta is talking about is not on the show.
Yeah, and I think that's very fair. Like, at the end of the day, the boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, whoever that man is, he has nothing to do with this. At least not on camera. So it's not fair to drag him into it and put his business out on display like that. So I agree with you. I get JK's reservations, and I think it was absolutely valid for her to be like, no, we're not going to bring him up. And she straight up told the producer, like, if she brings it up again, shut it down. But I need to know what this man looks like, because for her to be crashing out like this, he must be looking real good. But also I'm not sure Zavaleta was in the right mindset just yet to come back, and I think she maybe needed to have dealt with that before coming onto the season, so it wouldn't affect her performance or affect her actions, which I think it currently has.
True. So yes, I understand that point. And also, on the other hand, and this is what I hate about just people in general, and especially the gays. The gays have a really bad habit of when someone is talking to someone and then they break up, then you end up in a relationship with that person. And I just think that is so messy. Regardless of how it happens, I just think that it's off limits. I would never date someone that you talk to, Jhoany. It doesn't even make a difference if that person is my type or not. If I have an inkling to know that y'all dated, y'all kissed, y'all messed around, y'all did a little shimmer shimmer, I'm like, nope, done. I don't entertain it. I do the same thing with my other friends. Like, I don't entertain it because regardless of how it comes off, you guys could break up in good terms. You guys can be friends. It is still messy.
It is very messy, but you know, there's one thing about the gays is we love being messy. You can always count on us for that.
Yeah, it's just
this is why the heteros hate us.
Like, I don't even like it when the heteros do that. Like, I don't like that y'all friends and now that becomes your baby mother. Like, but y'all was friends. Like, no, like that goes against bro code, is what they like to say. Like,
that's
it just
weird.
I don't understand why people do it. So in this case, I'm like, no. I think both people in this situation, from that aspect, in my opinion, I don't think JK is right for that. Because regardless of what happened with Zavaleta, even if they decided to break up on good terms, bad terms, whoever cheated, whatever, for you to go with that person, that doesn't make you better. It
Mm,
doesn't. You don't, it doesn't make you like, you can't say, oh well, now you're the bigger person. It really doesn't. It makes you messy. You're messy too. You're messy by proxy.
I don't know if I agree with that necessarily. Because yes, they were friends. I don't know how close they were. Um, so I can't. I feel like I can't really form a full opinion because if it's like yes, I started dating your ex boyfriend. Yes, that's messy. If it's more like hey, we're acquaintances, we know of each other. I start dating someone you dated. I don't feel like that's as messy, but I don't know how close they were prior to everything that went on. Like yes, obviously they're both from Brooklyn and they knew of each other, but were they actually like friends?
But okay. See, this is where I don't understand. This is where, like, I just don't get it, because we don't have to be friends.
No, but
if I know you, if we've run in similar circles, if we're acquaintances, if I know that that's your ex, that's off limits. I'm not even talking to that person.
for me, it depends on how close you guys are. Like if we're close, yeah, I don't want anything to do with that person. But if it's more like, hey, we just know of each other, we're like colleagues or whatever, it's like, oh, well, it is what it is.
Friends, have besties with bottoms if you're a top, because you know, I'll have it because you know y'all might not mess with the same person, right? Like versus, I'm sorry, but y'all messy.
Y'all hoes, y'all are
Like
hoes.
like
Choose a side.
versus, y'all gotta pick a side in terms of, because y'all like to be like, oh no, but he was my top, or now he's my bottom. Like y'all messy. So you need to make friends with the opposite position, so y'all never talk to the same people. Like, that's how you do it. But it's also
Yes.
really fortunate that my besties, our types are way different, so we would
Oh,
never
very.
be in a situation where we will date the same person. So I'm fortunate in that aspect.
Cut to like 1 year later, and we've disbanded the podcast because we were fighting over a man.
Imagine, oh my god, could you imagine? That would be, first of all, that'd be an awesome episode of Headlines and Hot Takes. The fact that we both sit together in person and tell the besties why we have broken up the podcast because of somebody.
And it'd be like, remember that Dragula episode when we said that would never happen?
Right?
Well, it did.
Imagine. Yes. But no, I agree with you on Cynthia running to Zavaleta to ensure that she was okay. I get that. I think that was really big of her. But at the same time, I can't fault the other monsters because they probably had no idea what was going on. All they see is JK is calm and Zavaleta is like having a breakdown. So in their mind,
Yeah,
they're like, Zavaleta's causing drama.
yeah, that, and she also never got to ask the question, at least at that moment, because she kept saying like, "I have a question. I just have one question. I just have one question," and she never asked it. You know, that didn't come
Hmm.
until later on in the episode, and even then, she didn't ask J.K. I think she told it to the group, and she was like, "Well, the question that I was going to ask was, were you texting my ex boyfriend while we were together?" So for them, they probably didn't understand what was going on at all. Like they didn't know why they were fighting.
Yeah. And then again, Zavaleta wasn't in the right mindset to articulate how she was feeling, because all
Hmm.
she kept saying was, JK, you're gonna look really stupid right now. But nobody understood to the extent of how JK was gonna look stupid.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I still don't understand why she would have looked stupid in this situation. Honestly,
Yeah, because Zavaleta wasn't able to articulate why. And so I think it was either Blackberry or Jaharia who said, well, she was gonna make you look stupid by explaining the situation.
I guess, but I don't know. Mm. I don't think.
So we never got to know.
I guess. Yeah, because I was about to say with what happened, I don't think with what we saw and the way Zavaleta was able to articulate what she was trying to say, I didn't see J.K. looking stupid at all.
Hmm.
Especially because it apparently like it looks like Zavaleta didn't have any actual proof that J.K. was actually talking to her ex boyfriend at the time.
Correct. Yes. But again, we're just talking about what we see on the show.
That
Honestly, I don't know if they are friends now. They seem to be okay, right? I'm sure this probably brings back a situation in which, you know, they may have to have another conversation, because obviously it's weird seeing yourself act this way on television. But they did a viewing party. I think they are doing viewing parties together. They're performing together. I recently saw a photo with them on Instagram together. So who knows behind the scenes if they've understand, hey, listen, we can, you know, agree to disagree, whatever the case may be. So we're not saying that they're like enemies. All we're talking about is what we saw on the episode that aired because I don't want it. I don't want people clipping the clips together talking about, well, Will and Jhoany was saying how JK and Zavaleta don't like each other, and
No,
they
no,
will.
no.
Like,
They will. And then they're gonna be coming for us, and then we're gonna have to call her mother or something.
right? We're gonna listen. I'll be JK. Call the bitch mother. Like, like I will definitely pull the
uh,
JK. Call the bitch's mother. Like, somebody call the
you
bitch's
would.
mother. Like, and I would just be there,
Shut
like,
the fuck.
yeah, like call the bitch's mother. Somebody call her mother. I would definitely be that.
Yeah,
That's
you
my
would.
personality. Just so FYI, so y'all know, like, I really don't care. I don't.
Alright.
But I have another question to pose for you because this
Mhm.
is not the first time that we've seen Nosferatu's Beach Party. We saw this in season 4, where they kind of
Mhm.
did the exact same thing and they lip synced to a song and they had to be in pairs and it was a Nosferatu's Beach Party. With and we saw that Sigourney was on there, Zavaleta participated, and that is the episode I think Astrid went home and she had a meltdown because
Mhm.
she lost it. So go back to season 4 because that was a good season. Are you okay with them recycling previous challenges?
Yeah, I think some of them are iconic in their own way that they deserve recycling. I just wish they would put maybe a slight twist on it. That's it. But I mean, like mm, yeah, I just want a slight twist on it. That's it. Or maybe like give them a theme, like hey, it's Nosferatu's beach party, but you have to dress like a pumpkin or something. I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about them recycling the challenges though. I don't know.
Mm.
Like, unless this is like what would be the equivalent to this? Unless this would be Snatch Game.
But that's
Right,
the thing; they
which
don't
we
have
know that
things like that.
every right.
They don't have challenges like that. So their challenges are more like floor show based.
Hmm.
So I mean, I'm okay with it. If I feel like if we're okay with Drag Race recycling challenges, which they have, there's no reason for us not to be okay with Drag Race doing the same thing.
True. I just feel like if it's a staple, if you're gonna make it a staple, make it a staple. Like all of the girls when they go on Drag Race, they know that their Snatch Game will happen. They don't know what
Hmm.
episode it will happen, but they know Snatch Game would happen, and they kind of have a feeling that a talent show. Well, recently, in the recent seasons, a talent show would happen. So those are two things, and they know design challenges, whether or not those design challenges are going to be recycled or whatever. But they know a design challenge. I feel like if that's what Dragula is going to do, then let it do that every season though. Have a Nosferatu's beach party, so you at
Hmm.
least because it's not like these monsters are making the looks in the little area. They're not making them. They're coming prepared already.
In the cauldron, is it the cauldron? Is that what they call
I
it?
think so. I think it may be called Cauldron.
Yeah.
But in their workspace, right? Like they're not making these looks.
No, but they probably know beforehand what they have to bring.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like if that's the case, then make Nosferatu's beach party like a staple and have it every season.
I guess.
I just don't because if you have it for season 4, which was I think was the first time they had it, if you had it for
Hmm.
season 4 and then now you're having it for Titans again, it's just like,
I feel
are
like
we
they've
just
had it more than
recycling
that though.
Nosferatu's beach
I
party?
don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why, but that just felt like something they've done several times,
I don't
and I
know.
don't mean that in a
I
negative way.
Right. Neither do I. I just want it if that's going to be the staple because they're not making the looks there for this challenge. At least just have it every season.
Mm, I guess.
Okay. Now I have to say, some of these looks I was really excited by, and some of these looks I was really disappointed in.
Some of them.
I think the looks that I like, you may be surprised.
Okay. All right, let's go.
All right. So first up, we have Eva Destruction. What did you think?
This was a yes, ma'am, for me.
Wrong
I mean,
show.
this literally. Fuck, I always do that. All right. This is a killer. I think she absolutely like hit the nail on the head with this look. Like it's sexy, it's beach, but it's a vampire, so it's dark. It's still glamorous. I love this. I think she did great. She did amazing.
I gave this bloody brilliant. There is something about those hairy legs that I just think it just works with the look. But for some reason, those hairy legs fit this look. It just makes it more bat-like. I just think it makes him a little bit more animalistic. I get the vampire. I think the makeup looks great. I like the pale skin of it all. It looks sophisticated, but yet really simple. Like I see this as a vampire going to a beach party.
Yes, absolutely.
And some of the other looks, I did not see vampire going to the beach party. I just either saw a vampire or I saw them just going to a beach.
And then some of them I didn't see either.
True. So that brings us to Dahlia Black. What did you think?
This is a graveyard shift. It's a bathing suit. You can, yes, you can tell it's vampire, but like it's very basic. It's very boring. Nothing interesting about it.
Yeah, I gave this a rotten. I did not like this at all. I like the color scheme, the red and black. I thought she was very on brand from head to toe, which was great. But other than that, nothing. I felt like it was lackluster, and she gave up. I think she used a lot of the drama that was happening with her in the competition, and I think it was just in her head the whole entire time that she has not been performing to the best of her abilities. All right, then we have Cynthia Doll. What did you think?
I love this. This is a bloody brilliant for me. Because it's so stupid. Like, why are you this? Was it necessarily vampire? I don't think it was completely obvious. Besides, like the skin tone and the fact that she's like covering up her eyes. But I love the idea of a plastic surgery vampire. Why is Dracula walking around with like 32 double Z's? I don't know, but I love it. See, I
This
love Cynthia's ability to just be herself.
Listen, when Cynthia came out with this, I was so excited. This is a bloody brilliant. This is my favorite look of the night. I thought Cynthia which is so stupid. Like
Yeah.
this is so good. We should not like this, but this is
No.
amazing.
It's you know what? Have you ever seen American Dad?
Yes.
It reminds me of Roger. Like if
Oh,
Roger
fully.
were on Dragula.
100%. Because Roger is a drag queen. But it's Roger's a
Roger's
drag. Roger's something else. But
I was about
this
to say
is so
I think
good.
Roger's a doll. Um
Probably. But this is so good. It is interesting. It is different. It's funny. She is like she's taking the piss out of the
mhm.
challenge. I'm like, yo, this is Cynthia. This is what pisses me off with Cynthia. Because when Cynthia is on it. But when Cynthia is off, Cynthia is way off. And I'm like, girl,
Yeah, but this is so incredibly horrifically stupid. And I mean that in such a complimentary way.
yes. The BBL is BBLing, I have to say. The double D's is double D'ing. Cynthia,
God,
you
that's not
did
double
it.
D, that's like double T. I don't know.
Not
Those are
double T.
huge.
I'm screaming. But, okay. That brings us to the queen of the hour, Zavaleta. What did you think?
I give this a creepy. I think it definitely gives vampire. I love the receding hairline. I think it just adds a little something extra. I think the outfit is cute, but it's not necessarily giving me like bathing suit. Like it, I when I see this, I don't necessarily think she's going to the beach.
Hmm.
But vampire, absolutely.
I gave it graveyard shift. I felt like it was blah. The concept is there. I don't think the execution played, in my opinion, to her strengths. I feel
Yeah,
like it just besides the receding hairline of it all, which I thought was brilliant because that gives you the old vampire, sort of emaciated, where he's been there for a while and it's like, oh, I'm gonna like be decrepit and I'm gonna be out there. Other than that, I feel like the garment itself was a letdown.
I I think it's a okay garment. It just for me, the garment itself didn't necessarily fit the beach party aesthetic.
Fair point. Then that brings us to Sigourney Beaver. What did you think?
I gave this a rotten. I think she looks gorgeous. I think she looks beautiful, but it's too sexy. I don't like. I Yeah, she's going to the beach, but do I necessarily think it fully gives vampire? Not really. I just want something different. Like I want her to add more to her garments because I think she's relying a lot on her body.
All right. I also gave this a rotten, and it pains me to give her a rotten, but I'm with you on this. I think not so much the sexy part. I feel like I've seen this. I've seen this iteration from Sigourney for I don't know how many challenges. And at this point, for her level of intention to detail, I, I am waiting for the brothers to tell her to stop playing with the same silhouette.
And yeah, this is completely unoriginal for her.
Right? Like I'm not inspired by it. I feel like I know exactly what she's gonna bring to the floor show, and that's a problem for me. I shouldn't know like, oh, she's gonna come out in a bathing suit and she's gonna have like, oh, she's gonna be like this and she's gonna be sexy,
Big
right?
hair, yeah.
Big hair and the silhouette, and she may show the titties or she may not. I just think because I know how talented she is, that I would love for her to get a little gritty and a little ugly.
Absolutely.
And she still plays with glamour a lot in every challenge so far that we've had.
hmm
And I'm like, I just need her to get gritty. And to me, it seems like she's scared to get gritty.
Yeah, I need some blood on her. I need some filth. I need something different. She's
I'm, t-
gorgeous, but I want to see something else. I want to see her get ugly.
I'm telling you, she had the opportunity last challenge with being wet, and she didn't take advantage of being wet.
She let her get to her.
Yes. I think the one time I did see her get filthy and I saw a glimpse of it was when she was up for extermination and she let the cockroaches fall on her.
That was wild.
And it was crawling on her wig, it was crawling all over her, and then she just like accepted it. And she was freaking out. I mean, I would freak out too if cockroaches was on me,
I'd freak the fuck
I,
out. I'd freak
but
out for any bug girl. You could put a
she
ladybug on me or a butterfly and I'd freak out.
screaming. I mean, I get it, but that's a lot. But I understand cockroaches. Ladybugs, not so much. Ladybugs are fine. But if it
Ladybugs
was
are
hundreds
creepy.
of but if it was hundreds of ladybugs, then yes, I could understand that. Just like this was like hundreds of like
No.
water bugs.
Okay, moving on. Uh, this is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
But that's when she got
I
really
like.
filthy.
Okay, Jaharia,
What do you think of Jaharia?
rotten next.
Oh my god, Jaharia, this was bad. This is probably the worst look that we've ever seen. So I'm not gonna beat you up because you know that you had a horrible night.
Yeah, that's why I was like, just next. Everybody knows it was bad. There's no need to dwell on it. Disasterina.
So then we have Disasterina. What did you think of Disasterina?
I gave this a killer. I think again, like Cynthia Doll. I love that she's always herself and sticks to it. This is a bathing suit that I feel like only she could pull off. It's very like old school. I see the vampire vibe to it. I just think it's very her, and I love her for that.
I gave it Graveyard Shift. Just it was just mid. It was just there for me. No. I don't know. No. I am so pissed because I'm uninspired. Like I love all of these monsters. Like I really do.
Hmm.
Like I think all of them are exceptional. But I am looking at Titans to be like all stars. So these are the
Hmm.
best of the best coming back to prove themselves again and getting outside of their comfort zone. And I haven't seen that yet with Disaster Arena.
Mm,
I'm not
I
gonna
think that's a
fault
fair
her.
point.
I'm not gonna fault her, right? Like I'm because this is still she's from the older seasons, so I get it, right? This is her second time back on the television. She didn't do
Hmm.
Resurrections, right? She didn't do Titans the first time, so this is her. We saw her on what season two,
Hmm.
right? Like,
Yeah.
look how many years ago that was. And so that her what Disaster Arena is doing now on Titans is kind of what Disaster Arena did on season two, and it was exceptional. We were all living.
Yeah.
But we have to grow and we have to evolve. And I just feel like she's not pushing herself out there. And she just needs to push herself a little bit more, in my opinion. But do I think that she's talented? 100%.
I just live for her and her kooky ass.
Yeah, she's delusional and it works for the the drag
The
character,
character.
but it's just not pushing the boundaries for me. Like
Yeah, no, it's not. Especially
I want that. I
he
know.
wants a fist, guys.
Or maybe to fist someone.
Oh, ah! I I need Jesus.
Speaking of that, let's talk
Speaking
about
of fisting,
JK. Speaking of fisting, but let's talk about JK. What did you think?
I I like this look. I love the idea that they went with for the challenge of kind of like the rap vampires. Um, to me, this just doesn't give beach vibe, like in any way, shape, or form, honestly. So for that reason alone, I'll give it a creepy. But I think the look is fantastic. It definitely does give vampire. Um, actually, not a creepy. I think it's a killer because I think it's a solid look. I just wanted it to fit the prompt a little bit better.
I gave this a killer. I like to look. I like the hip hop inspired vampire. I am I was really excited when when her and Blackberry said they was gonna be like, they was gonna give like 90s hip hop, give real like on the block, like real hood. I thought that was great. I'm like, yes, give us something different. And then I just brought me back to Sinners, which is a really great movie. So I just know that it's coming back to IMAX. So just if you haven't seen
It
it, make sure you
is.
go see it. Yeah, it's coming back to IMAX.
When? I
That's
need to
how
go
great
see
it
that.
did. Yeah, it's really good. But that
Hmm.
just reminded me of like Sinners and just like I see the Brooklyn. I see the hip hop inspiration. I see the hood. It's a real Banji. I really enjoyed it. But I do agree with you that it's not so much beach. If she would have just made it beachy, it would have been perfect. It would have been a bloody brilliant.
Yeah, I agree.
And then we have a Bora. What did you think?
I gave this okay. It's a killer. Um, I appreciate the nod to kind of like an old school swimsuit. You know, it's different than a lot of what the other girls wore. And I think it definitely gives vampire with the prosthetic and the ears. I think it's a solid look. I think it maybe just could have been elevated a little bit better. That's it.
I gave this a creepy. It was borderline killer and it was almost graveyard shift. I went back
Hmm.
and forth because I was like, do I go
Okay.
this way or do I go that way? And the
So you
reason
left it in
why
the
is
middle.
because I just left it in the middle. I'm like, fine. The reason why is because of the face. Again, I feel like it's the same silhouette on the face. And yeah, she didn't go as crazy a Bora nose as she normally has, but I feel like this same silhouette, I've seen it before, the same kind of monster.
Hmm.
Her and Disasterina, I think, is still stuck in just their own character that
Hmm.
is really hard for them to break outside the box. In contrast to Eva Destruction. I feel like Eva Destruction has given us a different Eva Destruction this whole entire time.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I see that.
Right, like Eva Destruction has pushed herself and
Hmm.
in every challenge that we've had so far for these floor shows, Eva Destruction literally has given us a different Eva Destruction.
Yeah.
But with
I
Disasterina and with Abora, I feel like it is the same iteration of the same character, just for the challenge.
I can see that. Yeah. No, I think that's a very valid point.
I was like, phallic. Are we talking about penis?
Valid. I mean, we can.
Screaming. We've been really unhinged this whole entire episode. What does vampires do to us, apparently? Um, that brings us to Blackberry. What did you think of Blackberry?
I gave this a killer. I think the idea of it is a bloody brilliant, but the final execution, I think was just a little simple. I think it left a lot to be desired. It's solid. You definitely see the beach, you see the vampire, you see the hip hop aesthetic that they went for, and I absolutely adore the 40. Like I thought that was brilliant. You know, its attention to the small details. I thought it was great.
I gave this a killer as well. I think the performance was bloody brilliant. I think she
Hmm.
sold the performance the best out of everybody on the flow show. The look itself is a killer. I enjoy it. I think it's a little simple on the simpler side, but that's okay. I think it works. I think it was divine for her to have the 40 ounce with blood. Perfect.
I want a bloody 40.
Malt 40 with blood. Like, what type is it? Is it A? Is it B? Or is it type, like,
It's
was it AB? O? It may be O. Because O goes with everything.
I think O negative does, isn't it, or something? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I'm not a phlebotomist.
Neither am I. And then that brings us to Priscilla Chambers. What did you think?
Gave this a creepy. Why is Elvis a vampire? I don't know. I think it's a solid logo. You know, I think it's well constructed and the execution is there. I just wanted it to be bloodier, especially if it's like Elvis vampire. I wanted it to be a little bloodier, a little more torn up. But I mean, she delivered what the idea was. Why did she necessarily go for that? I don't know, but it worked.
I gave it a bloody brilliant. I love this. This was my second favorite look. And I like it because of how polished it was. I really enjoyed it. I think she had a really great concept from head to toe. And yes, is Elvis as a vampire, did it make sense? No. But it fit the her whole entire look to me fit what she was going for. So I didn't have to think
No,
about it. I didn't have
yeah,
to question it. I think this is probably the best she's looked so far, in my opinion, on like in this couple of episodes. In my opinion, I think
actually,
this is
yeah.
literally this is probably the best she's looked, and I mean that in the best way possible. Like that's not a dig for her. I just think she really embodied this Elvis character.
I mean, she did. It's just it's too clean for me.
True. I think when Priscilla does really well is when she taps into her sweet spot of like going to where she's from. Like
Mhm.
trailer park, like really like hillbilly, like that is where she thrives. And I feel like if she when she challenges that to the whatever floor show that she's on, she's golden. Like it's
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
All right. So we see that the winner of episode 4 is none other than Blackberry. Yes, I know there's a typo, y'all. Don't go crazy. Is Blackberry, and we also see that JK saved themselves. So before the floor show happened, they kind of have like a mini challenge. I literally forgot what is that challenge called?
I don't
I don't know
remember,
why I'm asking. I
but
don't know why I'm
it's
asking
something.
Jhoany, who's horrible with names, y'all. I don't know why I do this to
What was it
myself.
again?
They had to
Was it the
have.
eating?
They had to eat. Yes, they had to eat the garlic and drink some blood.
Oh my god, that was. Why did we not speak? That was so funny. So again, Cynthia Doll eating that and being like, "Why is it spicy?" I died. I died. I thought that was so funny, but also the tension building up between like Zavaleta and JK because it was right after they had their fight, and they were like literally like half a second apart from each other.
Yeah.
Great TV.
It was great
But yeah,
TV. I also appreciated Zavaleta's, I would say, strategy because she's the only one that threw the garlic on the floor to break it up into pieces. And I just
no,
thought that
but
was it dramatic? Yes. But did it make sense? Yeah.
yes, but also she almost died. Literally,
She did.
she did. And you know
She
what's funny
did.
is, as I was watching, I was like, why don't they just swallow it like pills, like one by one, just swallow it, and then you don't have to taste it.
Hmm.
And then as I'm thinking that, cut to Zavaleta literally having to get the Heimlich maneuver done on her because she tried swallowing it and it got stuck in her throat. So I'm like, oh well, I guess that's why.
Yes. And you and I have had this conversation that you need to chew because I had to do the Heimlich maneuver because you almost said
On a tomato.
on a tomato. And I was so pissed, y'all. He almost died on tomato. I was so mad. But yes, at the end, JK won, and JK was given the opportunity to save themselves or save somebody else from extermination. And at the end of the day, they chose themselves, which I don't think JK was
I
bad.
don't I don't think she would have been in the bottom. I think she would have just been safe. But I think it was very funny of her to kind of, at least for the edit, like play up that, oh, I think I'm gonna give it to Jaharia because my sister did really bad this time. And then she announces it and it's like, oh, it's me. I'm like, oh, this fucking bitch. But I love her for
Yeah.
that. And also the way she
And
ran out the stage,
she,
she was like,
yes,
when they were like, "You're no longer up for elimination," she was like, "Wait, was I up? Was I?"
like, she said, was I?
She said,
Like,
"Bye."
and then we see that Jaharia had a mini breakdown. Um, because she was high one time and then she's like, oh my gosh, she's such a failure. And again, I'm like, that's a lot of emotions for safe, even though she wasn't safe. But in my head, I'm
Uh-huh.
just like, that's a lot of emotions, girl.
Yeah, and then Swantila had to come over and like be like, "Girl, get it together." Or not really. She was
Yeah.
like, "Hey," whatever she said. There was a
She had
lot
a break
this
she had
episode.
a yeah, she had a breakdown because Swap said, this is a fall from grace. Girl, that's not even a horrible thing to say.
It's not. That means you were doing good before. Just get it back there.
And it doesn't mean that your life is over.
That Lord Jesus, the amount of shit that happened this episode, I honestly kind of forgot about that.
Like, there's so much that happened, and we're not even there with the extermination yet because some shit happened in the extermination, and that's why we don't know who's like going to be in the Hellbound showdown because
Oh, but
we.
before even that,
That's why before we even get to the extermination,
oh shit,
this
yeah, okay.
talk about it's going to talk about the drama there, right? Like we haven't even gotten to the extermination yet, and we still have drama. Like, so lo and behold, we find out that while we think the drama is coming from Zavaleta, it's technically not. The person who is causing all of the drama is none other than Dahlia Black. Now, we hinted upon this on the last episode in which we talked about it, but she is becoming the mastermind behind a lot of the drama. She's going to producers, telling producers things, and then the producers is like, girl, we didn't say that. You said that.
She's being messy, and I love that they're calling her out, and I love that they kept all the original audio in and was like, well, no, this is what you said, and they were very clear, like, well, who said that? Which producer said that? I lived. Who was that? Was that Swantila who said that, or was that Jack Morda? I think it was Jack Morda,
No,
right?
it was the
Who was
producer.
no, who was grilling her? I think it was Jack Morda who went up to her.
No, they both did at one point, but the
Okay,
person who said which producer said that was a producer. The
okay, I don't
producer was
remember.
like,
Somebody
which
said it.
producer said that? And then she was
And she
like,
had to
because,
give the name. It was Keely. Poor Keely.
yeah. And Keely's like, I didn't say that. Keely said, what I said was, she's, I didn't expect the producer to come out and was like, what I said was, because you brought up having mental illness or having a mental, like, emergency right now, I
She
wanted
said
to make
that she
sure.
was mentally unwell several times.
Right. And she said, do we need to do a wellness check because you keep bringing up that you're mentally unstable or unwell right now? And then she was like, oh, if I did say that, I really, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know that I was the one that said it. And I'm like, girl, own it. You
She
said
literally
it.
said, I don't remember things I say." Like, girl, what? What?
Like, own it. Because
That's crazy.
that's even worse. You don't remember the things that you literally just said? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what are we doing?
That's crazy.
Like, you go into these people telling them that Zavaleta is on drugs. Like, you go into
Mm-hmm.
them telling them that Priscilla Chambers and J. Jolie have a drinking problem. Like,
Mm-hmm.
And I told you this in the beginning. I said this is a different Dahlia. That I don't know what this Dahlia is. I don't know. I, this is a different person.
It was.
Like
I don't know what the hell she's doing. She need to get it together.
I don't know. I honestly think that she's gonna get disqualified.
I don't know about this qualified. I do think she's gonna be eliminated this episode because we don't find out. The extermination. I think it is gonna be her time to go
Because the
because of the
drama
drama. Yes.
overwhelmed the extermination. We didn't even get to see who gets exterminated. Not and we definitely don't get to see who's going against Jhoany in the Hellbound challenge.
No, because I'm. So the extermination challenge was like eat some organs. I don't know exactly what. I don't know what they were supposed to eat. I think it was the liver that they were eating. I'm not sure.
They had to eat innards, whatever innards are.
Innards.
They had to eat.
But I couldn't really
that.
like make out what it was.
Mhm.
But there was a plate of brains on the table that they were specifically told not to eat. And fucking Abora, being Abora, was like, I'm gonna give them a show. Which, yes, it was very entertaining to like watch her crawl on the table and start eating the brains. Like, that's exactly what Dragula is. But that's not safe to eat, girl. You can get mad cow disease. So they had to rush her to the hospital. So we don't find out who fucking lost.
She had to throw it up before they rushed her to the hospital.
Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
She had to throw up the stuff that they told her not to eat. She ate it anyway, and she had to throw it up before they sent her to the hospital because she could have died.
My thing is, why didn't they stop her? Like, if it was really that dangerous, like that's something that should not go anywhere near her. You saw her call into it. You saw her like putting it on. Like, you could have, girl, stop. Like, why didn't the producer go up and be like, no, drop that, spit out right now?
I'm at the point where why the producers even had it on the table if he wasn't supposed to eat it.
I mean, that set dressing.
Yeah, but like, don't have it on the table when you know these bitches is crazy.
Fair enough.
Like,
because on the other end, you have Zavaleta like with the pig's blood or whatever that was. I don't remember shit Jhoany did, honestly.
Jhoany was the only one that was actually eating. Like,
yeah, and then because like Dahlia was taking like little tiny Squidward bites. Like if based on the performance that they gave in the extermination challenge, I think it's definitely Dahlia's time.
But now it's 4 people up for extermination. Do you think it's going to be 3 people? I think they get rid of 2 of them.
You think it's going to be Zavaleta and
I think it's going to be Zavaleta and Dahlia.
Because of the drama?
Because of the drama.
I can see that. But
yes. Because I can't give it to Jhoany because Jhoany was doing well up until that point. And then I can't give it to Abora because Abora is crazy.
Abora's crazy. And I mean, do you think they disqualify her for what she did?
For almost dying? I don't think you could disqualify her for
I don't think so.
Dying. So by default, that just leaves, like, for sure, Dahlia is getting exterminated. Like, 100%.
Yeah, now it just depends on who goes with her.
Yeah, the wild card could be Zavaleta, but I don't know. In my heart of hearts, I feel like because it's 4 people up for extermination and they didn't save one of these people before the extermination, I think 2 of them are going.
I could see that.
All right. So, like I said, the Hellbound Showdown, obviously we saw that in round 1. It was Frankie Doom versus Loris. Loris won. And then Loris went into round 2 versus Jhoany, and Jhoany won. And then that leaves, obviously, round 3, Jhoany versus ? Because it is to be announced. We don't know who will be facing off with her in the Hellbound Challenge. So, it is possible it could be Zavaleta or Dahlia Black, or they may just throw a monkey wrench in it and eliminate Abora because she didn't follow directions. Who knows? The only one I know I think it's safe, I won't say I know, but the one I feel in my heart of hearts is safe is
Jhoany.
It's Jhoany.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Well, uglies, that was the recap of Dragula episode 4. And I have to say, it was probably the best, like, drama-wise we've had in a long time. It was really good.
Yeah, like I remember when I told you when we were about to start filming, I was like, wait, what happened in this episode besides all the fighting? And even then, I couldn't even remember. I wasn't even remembering half the fighting. I was just remembering like the 2 big ones, and then I remembered everything else. I was like, oh shit, wait, like there was no breathing room this episode. The editors must have had so much fun with this episode.
True. Well, friends, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a single episode of No Man. And one last thing, call her mother. Bye.